Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Erin. If you have watched my last video, my first video, then you know that I will be talking about weight loss surgery, specifically the duodenal switch. If you have not yet subscribed, please hit that subscribe button down below. And definitely turn on that notification bell because I will be trying to give you consistent videos at least once a week. I know I kind of fell off from the first video to now, but I really want to be a little bit more consistent now that I've had my surgery and I'm going to be a little bit more consistent. So what I want to talk about today is my post-surgery life, what has changed in the almost 1 month since surgery, and just some highlights from surgery. That's about it. So what has changed? Definitely the way I view food. It's very difficult if you've been overweight for a long period of time, especially if food is your drug. You know that food is, the eating of food is so enjoyable. It's just so enjoyable just to eat food. I never consider myself a food addict because what I do eat is, I still eat some of the same foods that I ate before. And I know you're probably thinking, well, how are you going to lose weight if you eat those same foods? Because I never really ate fast food before. I'm more of the type of person where I will save my calories for good food. So if that means the difference between going to McDonald's for breakfast or making my own breakfast, I'm going to make my own breakfast. And what I mean by making my own breakfast is I don't mean pancakes, grits, and, biscuits and gravy and all that. I don't eat that. What I do eat for breakfast is smoked salmon, eggs, and tomatoes, which is a high protein packed breakfast. And I love that. And I've been eating that for a very long time. So a lot of the foods that I eat are actually good foods. I'm assuming, along with my PCOS and my portion and the fact that I wasn't eating consistently throughout the day. So I would eat breakfast, but because my breakfast was so high in protein, and eating protein packed meals actually keeps you satiated for a very long time, it would push me through all the way until dinner. Like I wouldn't eat anything until dinner. And especially if I was working, I would have breakfast. I would come upstairs, get on my computer for like an hour or two. I would take a nap because one thing that I do like more than eating is sleeping. So I would take my nap, and I usually work at night. So I would take my nap around 12:30. I would get up at 2:30. I would start getting ready from 2:30 to about 4:30 to get ready. So I'd do my hair, my makeup, get dressed, and I'd leave to go to work. I have to be at work at 5:30. When I was in my pre-op, I would take my shake with me at that time. So I would have my shake around 4:30-ish when I would leave the house. And then I wouldn't have dinner until I came back when I got off of work. I get off at like 10:30. When I got home, it'd be like 11 o'clock, and that's when I would eat dinner. What I would eat for dinner is baked fish and spinach, So, and it wasn't like, oh, I'm doing this because I want to lose weight. At that time, with the protein shakes, I had to have a shake for breakfast and a shake for lunch, and then I would have a dinner. So yes, at that time it was more about, getting my liver down for surgery. But before then, it was just because I really like my baked fish and I really like spinach. So a lot of the stuff that I ate before, I eat now. It's just in smaller portions. 1. 2, did I eat any type of fast food? Did I have, problems with certain foods? Absolutely. I didn't get this big because I just like big fish and fucking chicken. No, I mean, I was a huge Popeyes fan. That's definitely, if we're going to say a fast food of choice, Popeyes was my thing. Really like Popeyes. But more than Popeyes, I like going out to eat. And going out to eat all the time is not good. And, the portions when you go out to eat are a lot bigger. And you're getting a lot more fat and sodium and all that stuff. So I definitely think that my culprit was definitely portion size. Because even now when I go to make a portion, it's like, that's not going to be enough. And it usually is more, So usually, for breakfast, when I would have my smoked salmon, eggs, and tomatoes, I would have 4 slices of smoked salmon, which is actually not a lot of fat or calories. You could eat the whole pack, and it's like 200. It's like 140 calories for the whole pack of salmon, and 4 slices is maybe half the pack. So I'd have 4 slices of smoked salmon, 2 eggs, and 4 slices of tomatoes. It's not bad, But so now I can eat maybe 2 slices, half of 1 egg, and so usually when I have that breakfast, I can get through the salmon, so I can have the 2 slices of salmon. I'm not gonna say without a problem, but if I sit there long enough, I can get it all in. Half an egg, that's basically it. And I try to put spinach in my eggs because now that I'm eating less food, I'm noticing that most people always focus on the protein, but not on vegetables. And I'm really big on, you need your vegetables, you need phytonutrients, you need that stuff in your diet. So I'm really big on trying to sneak in my vegetables anywhere I can. So usually I will put some spinach in my eggs. I'll eat half of that, and then I could get through maybe 1.5 slices of tuna, sliced very thin. So that's definitely one big change that I've noticed, that I'm, the portion size obviously is definitely smaller. I've also noticed that shortly after, once I started like the soft food stage, because the liquid food stage was, I would have shakes for breakfast, shakes for lunch, and then I would have like a soup. But that was about it. So it was really uneventful, unimaginative. It was very boring. And it was also annoying not to be able to chew something, That's what really got me. Not so much that I was hungry or that I was starving, that I was craving anything. I just didn't like the idea that I couldn't chew something. That was just really the annoying part. And for my program, that stage lasted for 18 days after surgery. So that was crazy. But anyway, we got through it, and now I'm on soft foods. And soft foods is basically anything that you can cut safely, cut really easy with a fork. So smoked salmon's perfect, scrambled eggs perfect, tomato perfect. So I can get through that for breakfast. But usually for lunch, I'm doing like roll-ups with like ham and cheese and a slice of tomato. Because like I said, I try to get vegetables or fruit, something in there. And I can get that in pretty well. Now I can get in 2. But again, what your program is going to tell you, and what they always suggest, is that 1, you don't eat and drink. So I don't eat and drink. When I know, first of all, my meals are much more planned now. I try to eat every 2 to 3 hours. And when I do eat, I always eat at the table. I always eat, even if I'm watching TV, it's from afar, I'm sitting at a table. I always make sure that I document the time that I start eating in my mind. I don't have to write it down. But I always, mentally document the time that I start eating, and try to, hit for like 20 to 30 minutes to be done. That'll ensure that I'm taking enough, bites, that I'm chewing, my food very, very well, and that I'm not scarfing it down. Not being distracted is a huge thing, because you don't realize how much you're eating when you're watching TV, you're into your show, and you're just wolfing stuff down. So making sure that you're sitting down at a table, you're kind of focused on your food. Your program will definitely, tell you that if you're going through the program, you're going through the steps, they're going to talk about how you eat now, because definitely if I didn't have an issue with food addiction, it was definitely interactive food, eating when I'm bored, eating with movies, just eating when I'm completely distracted and I'm not focusing on how much I'm eating. I'm just eating it, so that was definitely an issue. So now focusing on, really paying attention to my food and really, dialing into my actual meal. So that's definitely changed since surgery. Obviously, like I said, the portions have changed. I haven't had any real issues with tolerating food. I know a lot of gastric patients have a lot of issues with tolerating food because they get that dumping syndrome. Duodenal switch or DS patients, we don't get dumping syndrome, so I have not had any issues with that. Pretty much everything I've eaten, I've been able to tolerate. What else? Let's talk about discomfort after surgery. Yes, you're going to be in pain. There's no getting around it. It's like when you have a baby. Although I don't have any experience having a baby, I don't have any children. But when people that have kids always, when they have their second or their third, like, oh, I'm scared it's going to hurt. Like, that's the only thing that is like constant. It's going to hurt. Like, that's definite. Like, you can't get around that. So, I don't know why I just started recently watching My 600-Pound Life, but I just started watching some of it. And one of the things that, would always get me was when after surgery, when you have to get up and walk, and they're like, oh, I'm in pain. And the doctor would come and like, yeah, that's to be expected. You had surgery. That's to be expected when you have surgery is you're going to be in pain. You're going to be in discomfort. It's not going to, that's not going to change. Trying to think of my pain level at the hospital. Now, for vertical sleeve patients and gastric patients, I think you're only in the hospital for about a day and a half. The day of surgery and then like half the next day, if not one whole day after, and then you get discharged. For DS patients, I was in the hospital for 4 days, 3 nights and 4 days. So I was in the hospital Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and I was discharged Friday afternoon. And the reason being is because you actually don't get your leak test until not the next day, but the day after. The day after surgery, you can't eat or drink anything. And then the day after that is when you get your leak test, and that when you can have food. And once they, feel like you're tolerating the food, you're keeping it down, you don't have any leaks, then the next day you can get released. So I was in the hospital until Friday. But after that, you're on your soft food, or you're on your liquids, and then you go into soft foods. I feel like I lost my train of thought right now. Sorry. So as far as discomfort, so when I was in hospital, they're always giving you pain medication. I noticed that, as the time went on, so by Thursday, I could go maybe 4 to 6 hours without pain medication, whereas like the first day the first night they didn't even ask me, they just pushed my medication. The second day they'd come in, so I asked them, can I get some pain medication or whatever. So by the time I got out of the hospital, the amount of pain medication I was taking started to dwindle. I will say that one of the biggest issues that I had after surgery was sleeping. I wasn't able to sleep in my bed for at least a week after surgery. Like, I had to sleep on the couch, and it wasn't really sleeping. I was up like all night. I would take little cat naps and everything because you can't sleep on your stomach. And I'm a big stomach sleeper or side sleeper, and you can't sleep on your sides because you got these, wounds, from where they put the laparoscopic tools. So you got all of these, and I keep saying wounds, I mean incisions. So you have all of these incisions everywhere. So if you sleep on one side, it's painful. I got staples in, and I know some people get the glue, some people get stitches. I had staples, and I had to go back after, I guess, 2 weeks and get them out. I had got my surgery on the 30th, and I got them taken out on the 12th of February. So a week and a half, maybe 2 weeks. But anyway, it wasn't comfortable to sleep on my side, and I don't know. Just felt like, with the gas pain, it just feels like, every time I would lay on my side, it felt like my stomach was going to explode. Like, it was just so much gas pain. I didn't take any gas X for that. My gas pain wasn't that intense, especially when I was up. It was really like when I would lay down, it would just feel weird. So I could only sleep on my back for the most part, and that was just really annoying after a while. So that was one of the biggest issues that I had after coming home from surgery. Was the sleeping. I couldn't sleep in my bed, and that was so annoying. I'm able to sleep in my bed now, and I am able to sleep on my side. I'm almost 1 full month post-op, and I have been experiencing a little bit of pain, especially when I sleep on my side. And not necessarily diarrhea, but like that pain that you get, that cramping that you get sometimes when you have to use the bathroom really, really badly. Like cramping, I've been experiencing that. Now, sometimes I will have to use the bathroom, and sometimes I'll just sit there and nothing will happen. So I did call my doctor yesterday, and they said, well, as long as it's not accompanied with any vomiting or nausea, you're basically fine. It's probably just the healing process. So that's what I'm thinking it's just part of the healing process. But that's been a little uncomfortable for the last couple of days, considering I'm so far past, post-op. I haven't been taking any pain medication for it, and as far as the nausea medication, I took one pill when the cramping first started a couple of days ago. It was accompanied by slight nausea, like the slightest bit. So I took a pill and it went away. But other than that, I have not had to take any of the nausea medication that they gave me, and completely weaned off of the pain medication. So I never had to get a refill for anything. So it really is going to be your pain, your tolerance for pain. If you have high tolerance for pain, and I think I'm one of those people that just has a high tolerance for pain, then you should be fine. It's not going to be, the end of the world. If you don't have a high tolerance for pain, this could be the end of the world for you. It really depends on your tolerance for pain. I'm going to do a separate video for, some of the things I experienced in the hospital. I don't want to get into all of that right now because it's already 15 minutes long. But but so far so good. 1 month post-op. I'm down about 18 pounds so far. I don't think that that's good, but only because I'm a part of this forum on Facebook with bariatric patients, and I see people like, oh, I had my surgery on 125 and I'm down 65 pounds. Like, I had mine on like 5 days later and I only been down 18 pounds. So it's like, I don't want to compare myself, and I definitely, if you want to take anything from this video, is don't compare yourself to other people. It's your journey. It's not a sprint. It's a marathon. So don't think that, you're going to be overweight for, 15, 20, 30 years of your life, and then you're going to lose it all in 6 months. Don't think of it that way. Think of it as, it's going to be, it's a new life. It's a new you. It's a new experience, and definitely enjoy the journey. I know people say that, and I know it's like, bullshit. But, you're going to have to, to sit there and compare yourself to other people is going to drive you crazy. So I'm trying not to compare myself. But 18 pounds is definitely pretty good. I definitely feel like my clothes are fitting differently. I definitely feel like certain areas, I definitely feel like I've lost inches. I didn't take my inches before that. I'm just not that type of person. Like, I'm not going to go around and just, measure every square inch of my body. I just don't do stuff like that. I mean, I'll measure myself for like clothes, but not, like for my own benefit. But I definitely know, and you will know your body. You know the areas of your body that are big, and you'll know that when they start to go down, like, oh, this used to be a lot bigger, or I used to be able to grab more fat here, and now I'm not. So I definitely do see some differences, and I definitely my family will say, oh, your butt's getting really small, or your butt's getting smaller, or something like that. So I think you'll definitely notice things initially, but I wouldn't get so tied up or so wrapped up in the number on the scale, because that's going to fluctuate for a whole bunch of different reasons. So yeah, that's what's going on. 1 month post-op is not a lot. It's going good. I'm about to go back to work. And as far as that, when you can go back to work, it's going to, again, really depend on your pain tolerance and what you do for a living. If you sit at a desk for a living, you probably go back a lot sooner. I don't sit at a desk. I work at an airport, so it's, it's a lot more standing. It's a lot more dealing with people's bags and things like that. So, I needed a lot more time to recover so I could, be up to speed. And you still can't lift, so I won't be able to lift bags when I get back to work. But, I'll be able to be a little bit more helpful. And I go back to work next Saturday. So I'm trying to, again, be more consistent with the videos and try to, bring you along on this journey. Right now, I could say in this video right now on February 22nd, I'm not feeling very confident, I will say. Yesterday I was feeling really discouraged because, again, I was comparing myself to other people on Facebook and in this forum, and like, where am I? And I fail in comparison. And I think that has a lot to do with me and not being able to visualize myself any other way. I've been overweight for since I was 17, 18. So almost 30 years. No. Almost. Maybe. Almost 30 years, I guess. Yeah. I'm 36. I don't know if I'm doing that. But almost 30 years. And, it's very hard for me to see myself any other way. So when I see, these people like, yeah, I hit Wonderlands and I'm 100 and some, like, I can dream about it. But to visualize myself as that person, to see myself in that size is very difficult for me. So when I see the scale not moving, it's kind of like, yeah, well, that's what's going to happen. You're going to do all of this. You're going to have all this surgery. You're going to lose 20 fucking pounds. And that's it. That's all it is going to be for you. And, I'm trying not to be negative, but you know, you get those negative thoughts sometimes. So right now for this video, I will definitely say that I'm a little discouraged. I don't regret it. You know, I don't have any of those. I know a lot of people, you know, will say, oh, I have lots of regrets. I don't have regrets. I did it for a reason. And, but when you make a huge decision like this, any huge life-changing decision, having a child, you know, going to school, or, you know, getting a new job, they all come with regrets. You know, they all come with regrets, you know, instant regret, because you don't know if you've made the right decision. You're not going to know until, you know, it plays out. So I don't have any regrets about it. You know, I'm excited about this new journey, and I do hope that it, you know, leads to the results that I want it to lead to, but I don't have any regrets about it. Right now, I'm just feeling a little discouraged. Hopefully in my next video, I can tell you that I'm feeling a lot more encouraged and a lot more excited about the new me. And this is kind of what the whole video thing is about. It's a video documentary, a video memorializing this whole process. You know, if no one ever watches this, it's kind of for me to look back on and say, look what you went through, look what you did, you know. And while it wasn't always easy and it wasn't always fun, look where you came, look where you got to. So hopefully I can look back on this next year and be like, you know, yeah, it's a different person. I don't look like that anymore. And, you know, and this is my new life. So I hope that you will stick with me with this journey. I hope you'll watch. I hope you'll subscribe. I hope you'll share and like. And, you know, if you have any questions, or you want me to talk about anything specific, if you want me to go into more detail, and I think maybe I will go into a little bit more detail about what DS is, because a lot of people don't get DS. A lot of people just get vertical sleeve and gastric. So a lot of people are completely confused as to what even DS is. I'm a part of the forum on Facebook, and I had said, oh, I had DS. I'm like, what's DS? You know, so I definitely want to bring a little bit more light to this. And definitely if you have any questions or comments, or you want me to talk about a specific topic or anything like that, definitely let me know, and I will, you know, definitely do it. Again, please like, please subscribe. You know, I really want, you know, you guys to come on this journey with me, and, you know, hold me kind of accountable for my actions. So I will be looking forward to seeing you in the next video. I will be trying to put up a video every, what is today? Thursday. Yeah, we can do that. Every Thursday, I'll be trying to put up a video. So like I said, definitely like and subscribe. I'm Erin, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.